Or we do like a super dope intro. I guess we're not gonna do a super dope intro.
No, this can be the super dope intro.
All right, super dope intro. Cool.
Good. Check. We got it.
Oh, so the thing I wanted to talk to you about was Whataburger. So I've been told.
Wait, hold on. We should do like an actual intro first.
Oh, hot and nasty. We're doing the podcasty. That's what I wanted to open up the. That's what I wanted to open up the ones that we're like throwing away with.
Okay, I like
so
that.
So like last time I was like, hot. Oh, dude, I had one thing I want to open up with, and you're like, oh, we could do it. I was like, nah, I'll save it for later.
Hot and nasty. We're doing a podcast.
We're doing the podcast.
I like it. Yeah. So this is the Uneducated Statements podcast. I'm Andy Abode.
I'm Mark Joseph. I got it right this time.
Yeah, finally. Okay, it only took 3 times.
It took 3 times.
Okay.
Sobriety.
So Whataburger.
Okay, so at Whataburger, you can customize your burger. You can swap things. Like I like to. My go-to now is like to swap my buns on my Whataburger for Texas toast.
Mm-hmm.
So like you get like a patty melt, you get Texas toast. If you get the bacon avocado burger, you get Texas toast. But you can just get it on your Whataburger, no extra charge, totally free, and it's delicious.
Okay.
But I was told from a very unreliable source that you could sub your buns for grilled cheese sandwiches.
Really?
That's what I was told. And I had no reason to believe this person.
Who told you that?
My sister.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
and she said
Andy Gomez for some reason.
It does sound like okay, but no, she heard it for some reason from her professor at like community college, and like all the kids in her classroom were like, "Oh yeah, that's totally a thing you can do." And so like I thought, okay, you're not a good source for this stuff normally, but I'll try it out. And the 2 times that I've asked to swap my buns for grilled cheese sandwiches at
you
Whataburger,
felt terrible about yourself?
They looked at me like I was retarded. They're like, huh? I was like, yeah, can I do that? They're like, and like the first time it was an old lady, and she had like breakdowns like, well, what a Whataburger is, it's meat and it comes with pickles and lettuce and tomatoes and mustard. I was like, yeah, I know. Can I get
that in between 2 grilled cheese sandwiches?
Can I do that?
That's not a lot to ask for.
And then the second time, you just kind of like froze up and be like, huh?
That reminds me of like.
You never heard that?
No, I never heard that. But like the similar thing is trying to get your Chipotle burrito wrapped in a quesadilla. If you're like a real piece of shit, and people would always
delicious.
Be like it's on the secret menu, like you know.
But they'll do it for you, right?
Well.
Because they're not...
Yes and no. They like I've never ordered it, but I've been with people who do, and they start to say, no, we can't do that, and then they'll say, oh, come on, it's on the secret menu, and then they'll just look at the person like they hate them, and then they'll want to kill them, and then they'll just begrudgingly do it, and then the person I did it with did it twice, and they were only able to eat like half of it. And then like fucking threw it away, and they're fucking terrible people, man.
The last time I went to Chipotle,
it doesn't even sound good, honestly.
I got the free burrito because they're doing that because for whatever reason I don't know what happened. They just weren't open one day.
Sorry, we poisoned a lot of people with
and the salmonella thing. Yeah. So like here's a free burrito, and I didn't think like you get free guac with the free burrito. But
really?
They put the guac in there, and then I had them cover it with other stuff, so I don't think they saw it.
Mm-hmm.
And I got free guac.
Well,
what? My life is crazy.
It's pretty sneaky.
Sneaky shit.
What's next?
I don't know. Let's keep talking about hidden menu items. I think everyone knows the McDonald's shit, right? Like the McGangbang.
Oh, the McGangbang? I've done that.
The sea, land, and air thing, right?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about, but the McGangbang, real quick, like, I don't know what it is about that. I used to.
I'm not sure what it is. I knew at one point.
In high school, I used to cut a lot of weight for wrestling, and after season, I would just try and eat like the worst shit imaginable. And one of the things was after season one time, I heard about the McGangbang. And what you do is you take a McDouble and you split it down the middle between the 2 patties, and you put a McChicken in between it.
Okay.
And so it's like bun, cheese, patty, bun, lettuce, mayonnaise, chicken, patty, bun, patty, cheese, and a bun on the bottom. Okay, so it's basically just like eating a McChicken and a McDouble, but together, and somehow you feel so much worse eating them together than you would.
Yeah. Got it.
You just feel like such a piece of shit eating them together.
Amalgamation of just cholesterol and shame.
Yeah, but I would feel great. I mean, I wouldn't feel great, but I would have felt fine if I just ate the McDouble separately from the McChicken. But no, once you jam them together in the McGangbang, you just feel really dirty, which I imagine is what you're supposed to feel like after anything called a gangbang.
I feel dirty.
I feel dirty.
Like a regular gangbang.
I have to shower, but I can't scrub hard enough. Oh.
I'm just gonna wallow. I'm just gonna wallow in the corner here. Yeah. The what is it? Air, land, and sea or whatever. It's just you get some sort of burger patty, chicken, and the fish fillet. And you get that all in one sandwich.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That sounds disgusting.
I know at Little Caesars, you can get like your breadsticks with a heart attack, which just means they put extra whatever they put on it, butter.
Ugh.
On it. I'm sure there's other stuff at other places, but like...
Yeah, this is really just...
I don't know.
Really turning me off right now. Gosh, what else is there? I know there's some bullshit at Starbucks where you can get like...
I've never had anything from Starbucks.
It's whatever.
Anything. I think I had
You're probably better off.
an espresso can from CVS one time because I wanted to try it. I was like, what's coffee taste like? But
wait, do you not drink coffee?
I don't drink coffee, no.
Oh.
I drink a little bit of tea every now and then.
Okay.
Like a nice spearmint.
That's probably good.
Green spearmint. That I'm sure it's gonna sound terrible. That hard T sound.
Well, I appreciate your honesty. You know, most people wouldn't. God damn it! Stop the podcast. I'm the worst.
No, I don't like coffee. I don't know. When I was in Rome,
Oh yeah.
we got free breakfast with our accommodations, which was just a kind of room that some extra guy had. It was supposed to be like a hostel, but it was just some guy's apartment. He had an extra room.
So it's like Airbnb.
Yeah, and the free breakfast was a cappuccino and some sort of pastry type thing.
Okay.
And I was only there for like 3 days, and I noticed after like 3 days, like my teeth, like they kind of got like grounded down at the top.
Oh really?
Yeah. Well, again, we weren't eating like super healthy one day. We had that for breakfast. We weren't eating lunch, and then for dinner we would have a
bottle of wine,
a pizza and gelato.
Oh.
Not a pizza, but like a slice of pizza, which you order it really weird there.
Really?
Like it's not the fucking Sicilian pizza, which is what has the tomato sauce. It's just bread with like cheese and shit on it.
Yeah.
And you have to order it by the weight.
The weight?
Yeah, you have to be like, hey, I want half a kilo of that type of pizza you have right there.
Okay.
Which wasn't as nearly as weird as Prague.
Makes it sound like drugs.
Huh?
Makes it sound like drugs.
Yeah. Like you're just like pointing at the lady and she doesn't speak English and you're like, I want a slice this big. And they're like, what? Like,
give me 2K of that pure uncut cheese.
yeah. But in Prague, they were selling pizza in the grocery store. Just like any other produce, just right there and open. Like you have oranges just sticking out of this little cart. They had pizza, just slices of pizza and donuts, not even covered with like glass or anything. This is inside of a mall.
Interesting.
A grocery store inside of a mall.
I wonder if there's anything that we do here that people would find weird.
I'm sure there
in our
is.
grocery stores, but yeah, I wonder what it is.
I know. Well, my family lives in Germany. I have cousins that haven't visited here in like 20 years, and they still rave about like Golden Corral.
Are you serious? That's
like,
really weird.
Like every time I talk to them on the phone, they're like, "So, have you been to Golden Corral?" And I'm like, no, I hate that place. The place sucks. Everything has butter on it.
Yeah.
Everything. And the lighting is fluorescent lighting. You get to see all the disgusting people around. You're like, ugh, I don't want to.
Yeah, it's
I
like
ain't even hungry anymore. Let alone all I can eat.
Yeah, it's also like the only place you can go and get like whatever you want and still be disappointed. Like,
yeah.
It's just like everything's just very.
I feel like even the fruit there has like butter and hydrogenated oils on it.
Probably. I went to one when I was a kid. It was after like a baseball game or some shit, and the whole team went. And I saw these things that I was like, oh, they're fucking like fried clams or whatever, but it was just like fried fucking pork fat.
Ugh.
And I ate it. I took a bite out of it, and I just like immediately like threw up.
Why? Why is that a thing?
I don't know, but it was just like all salty and fatty and fucking fried. Like, oh god.
I mean, I get that. Like, so like, have you had the fried pork skin, the chicharrones, since you've been here?
It wasn't like that. It was like if you. No, I haven't though.
Okay, that's actually good.
I assume that's just like pork rinds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't had those, but it was like no, this was just like really thick fucking fat that was fried in strips.
Oh.
And I thought they were like clams or something, but nope, just fucking fat. Yeah.
Bunch of grease in your mouth, fucking.
Okay, I don't want to talk about it anymore.
They also like corn dogs. My family from Germany, that's one of the things that they won't.
Interesting.
So Ravenborough, it's the best thing I've ever had.
I mean, corn dogs are.
They don't have those here.
Whatever.
Food on a stick like that.
Was it so? Back to Whataburger.
Oh,
John
Whataburger.
John Michael was telling me recently that he gets an egg on all his Whataburger
What?
burgers. Yeah, apparently you can get an egg on your Whataburger.
Okay.
I don't know. That sounds
Just an egg.
sounds pretty wild.
Can I get an egg on that?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
I'm pretty sure it would blow their mind if you're like, okay, I want a Whataburger with an egg in between 2 grilled cheese sandwiches made with Texas toast. Their brain would just explode.
And I don't want the Whataburger seasoning. Like, no Whataburger seasoning? I don't want the Whataburger seasoning.
What the fuck is Whataburger seasoning?
It's their seasoning that they use, which is pretty much just salt.
Huh. Interesting.
I'm sure it has a specific flavor to it. Some foodie would be able to break it down. As a spice and rubs, but it's just...
Yeah, my ex-girlfriend that I dated in Florida worked at Whataburger, and I'm learning more now than I ever learned about Whataburger.
One things I don't get about Whataburger, why would you get a Whataburger with wheat buns?
Wheat buns?
You can get wheat buns there, and they're disgusting because no one ever gets them.
Well, sometimes you gotta try to eat
and it's
healthy.
already unhealthy.
Yeah.
Why are you getting this fake grain in your system?
Yeah, it's like getting Diet Coke with fucking pigment.
Yeah.
You know?
You get a big gulp of Diet Coke. I'm healthy.
Yeah, whatever.
Psh.
Huh. I do miss getting all that free spicy ketchup.
But you can go to HEB and buy it now.
Fucking,
do they still make the, they had the fries, the chip fries that they would sell at HEB?
I have no idea what you're talking
They're
about.
just like a potato starch type product. They're meant to be like hot fries.
Okay.
And they were selling them at HEB because they were selling all the Whataburger stuff there. You get the ketchup, they get the Whataburger mustard, and they had the Whataburger fries. And they were probably one of the worst things I ever tasted.
I'd imagine.
It was a poor purchase.
What is it? I really like that joke that Alvin Williams told last night about the Whataburger field.
Oh yeah, that's not. I don't feel like that's something he like takes with him anywhere else. Like I'm sure other places have like a food name. He's like, I can kind of do that here.
Well, no, that's what I thought was really cool about it. I was like, wow, that's really funny, and it's something that like no one here would ever think is unusual.
Mm-hmm.
But he said that, and I thought, wow, that's exactly right.
I remember when I was in fucking 3rd grade. Was it 3rd? It may have been Whataburger Field. It may have been American Bank Center. It's called American Bank Center. But they had a guy come to our school and show us like the architectural model for what they're doing and like give his presentation to a bunch of 3rd graders. And they're all asking questions like, will you be able to run a route on the track when the game's playing? And the guy's like, what kind of fucking question is that?
I'm a professional architect. Do you think I'm fucking...
Will they have a thing that tells you how fast you're running? He's like, still don't know if we're gonna have the track thing. Like, there will be a swimming pool there. Like, oh my goodness, will there be a diving board? Like, probably not.
He probably went back to the office and he was like, all right, guys, I have a ton of great ideas to talk to you about. All right, so first off, we have to have a track.
You have to track around the baseball field.
And it will encourage people to run if we put a speedometer there. Because everyone wants to know how fast they're going. And if you go fast enough and you set the record, then you get a prize.
You get to jump off the diving board, off the high dive.
Okay, there's also going to be a swimming pool. So people who don't give a shit about baseball can go swimming, and there'll be a diving board. It'll be sweet.
That place is like set up for like people that don't give a shit about baseball, almost.
Yeah.
A nice swimming pool area. Well, I think that's kind of like.
I mean, it is a minor league team. It's like I wasn't super impressed with it.
Because it's on berm.
It was fine. I mean, it seems
Berm,
it seems like a good just whatever like throwaway family activity.
Yeah, and he always giving away free tickets for that.
Yeah.
Maybe I think the first time I went there, I got a free loaf of bread.
Interesting.
They were just giving away loaves of bread after the game.
In college, there used to be this place that would come to all the basketball games, and they would make these like orange loaves of like round bread that looked like fucking basketballs, and they would throw them into the stands. And I remember everyone was super psyched about them.
like a gladiatorial game. Like, feed the people.
Yeah. And then we finally caught one, and it was just the most disgusting fucking shit I've ever had. It was just the worst bread. And I was like, why is this orange? I guess it's like thematic or whatever, but I'm pretty sure that's why it tastes like shit. I don't know. It was like one of those things where people care more about like what the product looks like than like how it actually is. I don't know.
Have you been to an ice race game yet?
No.
There they have the little blimps that fly around inside, and they drop like coupons and shit.
Interesting.
And then they did like the t-shirt cannon and shit. The huge.
Used to live in Tennessee, and so we went to a Nashville Predators game, and they had one of those blimps. And the guy passed out during one of the games when he was flying the blimp, because I guess he was kind of an old guy. He passed out, and the blimp just slowly like floats into the audience and starts bouncing off people. It was like the Zeppelin crashing, but like way more underwhelming. Oh, the humanity. Boink. Let's see. So, how was McAllen?
McAllen was cool. So I went there with John Roman, who was headlining. The Godfather.
Is he from around here?
Comedy. He's from here. I think he grew up here. Then he went to.
I've never met him.
He lived in Houston for a while.
Okay.
And then he came back, and he's kind of like the one that started the comedy scene here.
Really?
Yeah, really cool guy. So I went with him. He was headlining. Jeff Gaten was featuring, and then myself and Joseph Soto were doing the guest spots, and Bobby Garza was hosting. Shout out to those guys, and it was really cool. We did it in the Cena El Rey Theater, which I think it's been there since like the 40s.
Interesting.
And it can seat 400 people. There was like 40 there, but they were definitely there for comedy. They were ready to laugh. I feel like they were a smart crowd. I feel like people in McAllen are just generally better than people in Corpus.
Really? That's surprising.
Just overall, I feel like that's it. I mean, it's a cleaner place. They have a Lexus dealership.
Really? I've never heard any of these things about McAllen. I heard it was just a huge shithole.
It's really close to the border.
Not to put down McAllen, it's just like
that's really close to the border.
Okay.
Like, I didn't realize how close to the border it was until I looked on Google Maps. Well, it's like close.
I was born there, and the hospital I was born in was like 3-4 miles from the border. Apparently, you could look into Mexico from my mom's like hospital room. But yeah, pretty wild.
No, they were cool. It's a cool crowd. All the comics down there, really nice people. That's where I did my first out of town open mic. Was there. If you want cocaine, they got cocaine there. If you want to go to a
hard pass,
a like chain-like restaurant for Mexican food where they only speak Spanish, they got that there too.
Surprise.
Definitely did that. So
interesting. Yeah,
we didn't get searched at the Border Patrol inspection station, which was nice.
So they have Border Patrol inspection stations like past the border?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mostly they're looking for probably drugs and illegals.
Okay. Right.
So somehow they slip up at other places.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to go back there sometime because we moved when I was like 8 months old, so I don't remember. But I know I've been like down to the border before, but that was over like near El Paso or whatever when I was growing up.
If you do go to McAllen, when I've been there with my other constituents, we're all like white guys, and when you go into a bar, definitely getting a lot of like weird looks.
I don't doubt it.
Everyone's like, is that a white guy in this bar? Is that a white guy? What the fuck is he doing here? What are you doing here, white guy? And it's fun. You don't really get that very often. You're not very much often a spectacle.
Right. Yeah, I remember
dude.
one time I was in New York City, and I was
destroying buildings, and I was hatching my eggs inside of Madison Square Garden. The Matthew Broderick had to come and save the day. Go on.
Wait.
And Jean Reno was like, I can do a dope Elvis impersonation.
What movie is this?
It's not. That's your story. Isn't that what you're gonna? That was exactly what you were gonna say.
No.
You told me this story before. I was just.
Okay.
I was just. Okay.
Well, you
it's
ruined
fucking
it.
Godzilla.
No, this is
Godzilla.
That's what I thought. Okay, good. Matthew. Okay, I don't remember John Reno being in that movie.
Oh yeah, he's a. I don't know what the French are doing there, but he's.
Yeah, because you said Matthew Broderick and Madison Square Garden, I was like, okay, Godzilla 2000.
Yeah, and Jean Reno's there.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, I was in New York City. It was right after Christmas. I was visiting with this girl I was dating at the time, and she had to go over to Rutgers to do some sort of research work. So I had just like the day by myself there. And I was really bored. I was walking around, and I ended up in
Beedrill's nest. And then King Ghidorah showed up. And it got crazy.
No, you're thinking about Mothra.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, Mothra wasn't there this time.
Okay.
But it was in Koreatown, and I decided to go get some lunch, and I was like, this is going to have, like... And by Koreatown, I mean, in New York City, there's, like, one street full of just Korean stores and people, and it's, like, in the middle of Little Italy. It's, like, Little Italy, and then there's just one street that's, like, all Korean. But I was like, oh, I'll just stop in one of these little hole-in-the-wall places because I'd done the same thing the day before but with Chinese food, and it was like obviously amazing. But I was like, let's get some authentic Korean food. And I go in there and it's like 2:00, and there's no one in there except the family that's obviously working there. And it's like a mom, like a teenage girl, and then a dude like my age, and he was like cleaning dishes or whatever. And the mom's like, oh, come sit down. And I sit down at the bar, and I'm looking at the menu, and she starts making me free drinks, and then starts giving me like free kimchi and like all these like little like Korean appetizers and stuff. And then I order my food, and she says like, you know, oh, you're the first customer we've had all day, and the first white person who's come in here in like 2 weeks.
Wow.
And so they just like were treating me super well, and I ate my food, it was amazing or whatever, and I start talking to the dude, and he also played Magic the Gathering. So what we did was we got some free drinks from his mom, and then we went and played Magic the Gathering together.
Okay.
And then we went back to the place, and it was like 7:00, 8:00
In the morning?
No, at night when we came back to the.
We went there for lunch.
Yeah, but we left to play Magic.
Okay.
And then came back later.
That's
and,
cool.
But then there was I guess the regular crowd that came in there for the bar because they did karaoke there too.
Oh shit!
And it was just all a bunch of fucking like Korean dudes.
Bumping.
And I walk in there, and they all just gave me the weirdest looks. They were like, "What the fuck is this kid doing here?"
Did they call you fat?
No.
Okay, because I have noticed and heard that Koreans are very blunt and very active about calling people fat.
Well, these were the New York Koreans, so like a lot of these were like fat old guys.
Oh, okay. Still, they're like, they're like, hey, you have gotten fat. I'm like, what? That happened to a buddy when we were in college. I think when I graduated, we had like 4 or 5 Korean professors, which is a lot because there's only like 12 engineering professors in total.
Right.
And, you know, we had to take this one class with this Korean guy. And he was like, oh, so a tofu would not be a good building material because tensile strength in tofu. And we had to take this class with him. It was just me and like 4 other people in this class. So he got to kind of know us and know our faces.
Uh-huh.
And then after he came back for the next semester, he ran to one of my buddies like, oh, Matthew, how are you? You've gotten pretty fat. And my buddy, like, he might have put in like 10 pounds.
Yeah.
So, well, how are you, doctor? Oh. He's like, oh, good, but you're so fat now. What happened?
I don't know. I didn't have that experience, but all these guys were mean mugging me when I came in, and then the mom behind the bar was like, "Oh, you came back, blah blah," and then everyone was super cool to me. It was, but like, yeah, I've never had that experience like that before, where you just walk in and literally like an entire establishment turns and looks at you,
yeah,
and gives you weird looks. But that was a fun experience, fun day.
I definitely feel like. Were you high? Were you like paranoid? Is that what it was?
No.
Okay. Because like I've definitely been high in public and I'm like, oh shit, everyone's looking at me. And I've definitely been not high in public and still been like, oh shit, why are people still looking at me? Like I'm probably just like a nervous, anxious guy. Like I like to sit in like back of rooms, like near walls, because I don't want people like looking over my shoulder, like stabbing me from behind.
Oh, right.
That's like a legitimate concern of mine.
Is it? That's weird, man. You shouldn't be that paranoid.
I'm like, oh fuck, I don't wanna. I feel people be staring at the back of my head. They're gonna be judging my hair.
I'm pretty sure people don't really care about you that much in public.
I mean, yeah, probably.
Just being perfectly honest. Nobody gives a shit.
Why are these people looking at me? Oh, shit.
See, my thing growing up was like, I was always amazed at how little people noticed things. Because I used to be like a shit. Well, let's see, what's the statute of limitations on shoplifting?
Well, you're probably good.
Anyways, yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. I'm totally lying for parody's sake. But
we're playing characters here.
Yeah, I was a shithead little teenager. This is my shithead teenager character. I'd like shoplift from like Walmart and Target because I was just like, oh fuck the man, fuck the corporations, okay. Blah blah whatever. I was like 15, and I was always amazed at like how much you could get away with. But I like eventually like obviously stopped because I was like, this is fucked up and like I don't want to ruin my life. But like every time I did that, I was like, no one is noticing a thing. Because like at first you'd be super paranoid. You'd be like, people are just fucking oblivious. Like you could just I'm trying to think of a good example, but
I mean, it was like things like Starburst packets, or was it like, oh, I stole this PlayStation?
No, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like some fucking like Ocean's 11 shit.
Okay.
It was just like you know,
I'm gonna put these shoes on my feet and walk out the door.
Well,
like these my regular shoes.
Yeah, I did that once.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and no one fucking whatever.
I mean,
and that kind of like
for a worker to stop you, it's not like they get like some reward.
Right.
And they're not supposed to either, but it's not like they were like, oh, you saved us $20 profit on this pair of starter sneakers.
Yeah, but now that I feel like I've
have that $20.
Now that I feel like I've grown more mature, I feel like I would probably stop someone and be like, hey, that's fucked up.
I think if you're gonna steal from anywhere, steal from Walmart. Cause fuck Walmart.
Well, yeah, that was kind of the mentality. That's how I justified it, but obviously it's still wrong.
I mean, no, fuck Walmart. Fuck that place.
I don't know, but that feeling that like people don't really notice anything kind of carried over, and I kind of like that feeling that you kind of can be like invisible in a big group of people. Maybe it had something to do with the fact that I was super short, but yeah, I don't know. I could be a spy, I could just blend in, just be invisible.
I mean,
Andy Abode, super spy.
Where would you be in the United States? Because like,
no.
Where do you feel like you'd blend in?
I feel like I could just be like,
like Mexico, McAllen. Not gonna happen.
I'm talking like Europe. I could just be like whatever nerdy backpacking American student, and then no one would fucking pay any attention to me. They'd just be like, oh,
They'll just treat you like shit.
yeah, they'll just be like, look at this fucking nerd.
This fucking American
Whatever.
guy.
But little do they know, I'm gathering important
Intel.
intelligence. Yeah, look out.
Just pretend to be someone else.
For all the for all the Europeans listening to the podcast,
go fuck yourself.
yeah, go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself in your Golden Corral, corn dog loving ways.
You don't know what I look like now, but you'll learn my face eventually.
Just don't grow like a big beard and get a tan, because then they will fucking not like you.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure I can't
My-
get tan.
My cousin, so my cousin's like, he looks super Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
He went to Germany in Poland as an exchange student, and he got kidnapped.
Are you for real?
He got for real kidnapped.
Holy shit.
He was in Poland, and he had like a full beard, which is just fucking stupid.
Oh, hello, Charlie.
What's up, poodles?
Hello, Tonks.
They're not poodles. Yeah, he got kidnapped. He was like wasted, and he only just got to the town too. So he got there, and he went to this like vodka bar, which was like 16 euros for like all you can drink vodka.
That's pretty good.
And then he said at the end of the night, they're like, you owe us 200 euros. And he's like, no, I don't. I paid the cover charge up front for all the vodka I could drink. And then he said he woke up in a ditch. He didn't remember anything else. He woke up in a ditch.
Did he have like his wallet and stuff? No, they probably mugged him.
I think he had, I don't know what he had. He didn't have his coat. I don't think he had his wallet or his phone. And he was just in the town. He just got there. So he had to hop through trains and buses and like trying to explain to them the situation.
That's a fucking nightmare, dude.
Yeah.
That's really, really scary.
And then I got drunk with him at Flanagan's, and I went to go pee on my grandma's house.
Yeah, dude, that's
Everything worked out for the best.
That stuff's really scary. Like that. I mean, that kind of stuff even happens like here though to Americans. Like my roommate in college, he went out with one of my friends after this was when I was like a sophomore, and they turned 21, and they had been 21 for like 2 weeks, whatever. They went out and they went to this bar and they had like 3 drinks, and then that's the last thing they remember. It was like drinking their 3rd drink after being like stone cold sober. And then my roommate was found in some bushes outside our dorm at like 5:30 in the morning, and he was all like bloodied and bruised and didn't have his wallet or anything. And they took him to the hospital, and he had like a blood alcohol content of like 0.27 or something.
Holy shit.
At like 5:30 in the morning when they had ordered their last drink at like 11:15 or so.
Wow.
And they had like security footage of, because they remember like talking to these 2 guys, and then these 2 guys bought them their 3rd drink, and then that's the last thing they remember. And there's security footage of them just drinking their 3 drinks and then like stumbling out with these 2 guys helping them. And then my other buddy, he somehow like didn't get beat up or anything, but his wallet was missing, and he had to be like escorted back to the dorms at like 4 in the morning. And the worst part is like they got in trouble with the school because they didn't have like, they didn't.
Didn't have permission? Or?
Well, no, they didn't have like at the hospital. They didn't have like the, I guess, they didn't think to run like a drug screen on them for like date rape drugs or anything like that.
Oh, okay.
But like since they only had 3 drinks and they had such high blood alcohol content,
Right, something had to fucking happen.
yeah, I mean it's probably likely that they were roofied, because that stuff like keeps your body from metabolizing alcohol, and so that's like the only explanation, since it's like very clear that they only had like 3 drinks and then were wasted.
People are super fucking creepy. What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean they're lucky they just got beat up and mugged.
Yeah.
But the worst part was he said he woke up in the hospital, and he like freaked out, I guess, and tried pulling out the IVs and shit, and
Wolverine style.
Yeah, yeah. But yep, no, he got in a lot of trouble, and it was bullshit. Anyways,
That's fucked up, yo. Fucking other Andy allegedly almost got in a fight last night.
Really?
Yeah, he was saying, because we went to the place called Grubhub.
Yeah.
And it was just me and him. We went in there. We were waiting for everyone else to show up. And according to him, there was a girl at the end of the bar, and one dude was like trying to force a drink in her mouth, and she was like, I don't want to. And her buddy was like trying to force another drink, and Andy was like, hey ma'am, do you need any help? And it turned out that was the lady's husband and his friend. And they're like, I'm gonna beat you up.
That's still fucked up.
Then he came out and was like, I don't want to go back in there, Mark. Those guys wanted to fight me. I was like, wait, what? What'd you do?
Yeah, he definitely seems like the not aggressive type. I think, and I wouldn't want to fucking get in a fight like that either. I mean, be like, fucking sweet choice of husband.
Just trying to do like nice thing. We were like, fuck you for trying to be nice.
Yeah, just that. Yeah, that's happened to me. Like similar things.
Like a little kind of abusive. That's all I'm saying.
I almost got in a fight like a couple months ago because some dude was like getting in my buddy's face, and I literally just walked over and said, hey, well, why don't we
hey, let's hug it out.
Hey, let's everybody just take a step back and calm down a little bit. Dude literally like shoves me and goes, what the fuck did you say to me?
I can see how that'd be a little annoying.
I guess, but it's like
in some situations, if you said it that chipper too.
Yeah.
Hey guys,
let's take a step back and take a deep breath.
Cooler heads shall prevail here.
Hey pals, let's take a breather.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever. I mean, I guess I kind of got in close getting fights with just like bumping into drunk people that are like,
oh yeah,
hey, where'd you bump me, bro? I'm like, sorry, you were just there. It just happened.
There's that one dude at the recess show. I swear to God, he wanted to fight you. I can't remember what he said. He was like trying to joke with you, and he like made a stupid joke, and he was like,
yeah.
I saw this flicker in his eyes, and he was like, was that supposed to be some sort of fucking joke?
Yeah. He was on the patio, and I was in the parking lot. He was like, "Why are you on the outside?" And I was like, "Bro, we're on the outside looking in."
Yeah.
I think he didn't find that funny. And then later, he was like on the opposite side of the patio, but like near the entrance, and his buddies were like trying to get him to do some like parkour jump over the fence.
Yes.
And I was like, "Dude, why are you on the outside?" And then he looked like he wanted to murder me.
Oh, yeah.
So I just left.
Well, did you see him try and jump over the wooden
He
thing?
fell.
Yeah, he fell and ate shit. It was awesome.
He fell right on his hip. If he was an old person, we should have just put him down. But.
Well, no, he was probably like late 30s. Like, he was probably one of those dudes just really trying to hold on to being young.
Oh, yeah.
It was, I don't know. I'm glad that crowd left before the
He was
show
also
started.
the tiny one in the group, so they're kind of picking on him.
What was it?
They all had their backwards snapbacks on.
Yeah, they were probably cruising for puss.
Yeah.
Cruising for puss.
Nice.
Is it Louis C.K. does that bit where it's like 9 dudes going out cruising for puss? What do they think's gonna happen? Like,
who's the one that's like, like the bunch of dudes go out, like 9 dudes in like in a formation, and they hope to run into like a group of women in the exact same formation.
Yeah, 9 women who are all trying to have sex. Yeah, good luck. Yeah, I think that's Louis C.K. We probably just butchered the fuck out of it, but
yeah, I'll get the gist of it though.
So I made $27 last night.
Okay. Did you
waiting tables?
Oh, did you get tips?
Yeah, I got $7 of tips, and then
did you not split your tips?
No.
Did you not tell them?
No.
Tips, bro.
They like people started giving me money, and so I was helping out at the comedy club last night, and I ended up.
You did a good job, by the way.
I basically ended up being a waiter, and
because I probably wouldn't have done that. They were like, "Mark, can you just?" I'm like, I gotta go outside.
Well, they said like you can take orders and like do stuff if you want to. That'd be super helpful. And I just like took it way too seriously for whatever reason. And so I grabbed like a fucking notepad and pen.
We're definitely making fun of you. Just watching you.
And I was just like, man, this is a new experience. This is fun. And people like started handing me tips, and I was like, I'm sorry. At first I was like, I'm sorry, I can't take that. I'm just a volunteer here. I'm just a comedian, like trying to get stage time. And they were like, "Oh, okay." But then I like thought about it, and I was like, "Oh, I could have just taken that and put it in the tip jar for Jess." And I told her, and she was like, "Just just take it. It's like, who cares? You know, it's not like a make or break type thing. But yeah, then after that, I made like $7.
I feel like I like weird that lady out every time I talk to her, which is not often. But it's like, hey, can I get a beer? And she's like, what?
What?
Huh?
A what?
She like looks at me like bewildered, like, you're talking? You don't talk to anyone. I'm like, yeah, can I get a beer? Yeah. Can I get the meatball sub? Like,
what?
Huh? Like, I'm sorry, I'm not social.
No, she's super nice to me. She like was cutting oranges before the show last night and just like gave me half an orange, and I felt like I swear to God, I almost said thanks, Mom. But no, dude, I had fun like like waiting tables, I guess, bringing people drinks and food and stuff, which I'm pretty sure like is not kosher, but who cares?
Allegedly, you were doing this.
Yeah, allegedly.
We're characters.
Yeah, if any of our listeners try and report me to, I don't even, FDA, no, probably not. Fucking the health inspector.
Yeah.
Then you can
health people.
You can go fuck yourself.
The kitchen cops.
The kitchen cops.
The local news, whatever they're called.
The corner kitchen cops, the KKK.
Corner kitchen cops.
But yeah, dude, no, that was fun. And then
I thought you were gonna get on the second show, but because I asked the dude, I asked Tom, he's like, is he in some stage show? He's like, oh, next show. I'm like, oh, I didn't know if that meant like the bigger show.
Yeah, I thought like I wouldn't have been surprised since there were so little people for the second show if they were just like, yeah, you can do 5, and it would have been whatever.
You're also wearing the volunteer shirt, which I mean I've gone on stage with that shirt, and I don't think it's that big of a deal.
No, I don't think so either. But it's just like
it's a little weird because like all the wait stuff is also wearing that shirt.
Like I would have been.
You're on stage.
Yeah, I would have been pumped to get the time, I guess, but I also wouldn't have been pumped to perform in front of that crowd.
But they were nice. They were really cool with me.
So last night for the first show, it was basically sold out for Alvin Williams, and
the first show wasn't very cool with me, but the second show was very cool.
Well, I think the first show was weird. Like they really needed some warming up, but once like they got some Sean like started warming them up, but it was rough for you and Jeff for sure.
On the first show?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They just like weren't ready, I guess. And then Sean came up and was like, it's crazy, man. And they were like, yeah, it is crazy, Sean.
He's so right. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, isn't that crazy? And which, God bless that man. He is so fucking funny. For like, it's beyond me, but you know, he's fucking hilarious.
Good for him.
Yeah. And you know, he just kind of warmed him up a little bit, like. And that's how I knew that they weren't. What are you doing?
I was breathing like hot breath to warm them up.
Oh yeah, but yeah, he even had some trouble with the crowd, which I've never seen before. But he warmed them up a little bit, and then Javi just kind of brought it in there real nice. He did
real
really
nice,
well.
Javi.
And then Alvin
it all together.
Alvin killed that first show.
Alvin.
Which I was really worried that he wasn't. But no, he was great. That guy's hilarious.
That's cool. Friday wasn't great, but
yeah, tell me some more about Friday. I heard like there's.
I mean, we had a pretty. It was a small crowd for the first show, the 8 o'clock show, and then I got there late because I was at a thing. But when I got there, for some reason they had like the rowdiest Mexican table, the 8 people table that's directly on the side of the stage.
Oh, it was the 8-person table? God.
And then on the opposite side, there was just like typical suburban white people. Mm-hmm. And the Mexican people were really wasted.
Okay.
Or not really wasted. I don't even think they had that much to drink. They're just assholes. And they wanted to be part of the show. And then when they asked them, like, hey, would you please stop? They're like, what? Huh? We want our money back.
Really?
I mean, they were getting pretty upset.
Wow. Fuck them.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, Jeff was saying that it was like the closest he's seen like a show turned into like a fight.
Yeah, when one guy left, he said, this is Texas. I'm going to go get a cigarette and my gun, and I'll be back.
Wow, that's like a straight up... I'm pretty sure you can go to jail for saying shit like that. Especially if he had been drinking and he touches his gun, boom, jail time.
Well, I mean, he wasn't serious. He just. Why you tell me not to do things? I paid money to do.
I paid money.
Whiny bitch shit.
Yeah, I paid money to watch comedy, which in my mind means it's my time to shine.
Yeah.
Fucking, those people just need to stay home.
I'm funny too.
What was the second show better? Well, yeah, no. Jeff said they were like heckling him super hard. Did they heckle you too?
I wasn't there for the first show. I didn't open for the first show. I got there late-ish. I did the second show, and that wasn't super great for me. But, I mean, yeah, it was a smaller crowd, but a lot more polite for the second show. So that was cool.
Yeah, at least that's a plus, I guess.
That's a blue sign.
That second show last night was really weird. There was I think I counted like.
There's like 16 people.
Yeah, 18 I think, and then those 2 people left. But yeah, there was that one woman up front who just wouldn't shut up. Oh gosh. But yeah, I think everybody did as well as they could have with that crowd.
Yeah, I mean, it was a weird weekend too, because there was
there were like
4 comedy shows going on this weekend.
Yeah, I only knew about the one I went to, and then the coffee one.
Okay, yeah.
What were the other 2?
There's Jester's, a new comedy club that has opened inside of Chelsea Street Pub, inside of Sunrise Mall.
Who'd they have over there?
They had Scruncho.
Scruncho?
I mean, I've heard Scruncho's funny. I wasn't able to make it out to that.
I'm not familiar with Scruncho.
He is, I was told he's like the assistant pimp from How High. I don't know if you've seen How High, but Mike Epps plays a pimp.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, I don't know. That's the way it was kind of described. It wasn't described that way to me, but that's the way it's in my head now.
He's like the vice pimp?
Yes, he is.
So if Mike Epps dies, he becomes...
He is the pimp understudy.
The POTUS?
Yeah.
The pimp of the United States?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Cool.
Yeah, so that was going on, and then some San Antonio guys came to Corpus to do a comedy show.
Yeah, where'd they do that at?
The Aurora Arts Theater.
Oh, that's right.
So.
Yeah, and Andy hosted it, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty.
What's the other thing I want to talk about? Hold on. Go to keep. Oh, okay. So you've watched Breaking Bad, yeah?
Yeah.
All of Breaking Bad?
Yep. It's been a while.
Okay. So, I don't remember her name, but Hank's wife? Marie.
Yeah.
Okay. She has like that kleptomania thing, and she's like a bad person. And,
Oh, yeah.
have you, I don't know if you've done like a lot of like open houses, like find like, oh, where we go live and stuff like that.
My family moved around a lot. I went to a fuck ton of open houses.
Okay, there are people that exist that fucking get off on going to open houses and pretending to be other people and like coming up with this whole backstory and pretending like they're interested in the house.
No, I definitely have seen people like that because like...
And they're always kind of like, they got a weird smile on their face, like, I'm up to mischief.
Yeah, I'm
and
fooling
their eyebrows are
someone.
raised, and they're like, hey, I'm Greg Garcia. My grandmother lives 2 houses down on that street over there, and we want to move her here. And you're like looking at her like, no,
I definitely...
No, what the fuck? What are you doing?
So, yeah, moving around a lot, we did a lot of house hunting and a lot of open houses trying to sell houses. And I definitely noticed this from when I was a kid because I remember I was 8 or 9 or something, and I was I was a little older. I was 11. It was when we were trying to sell the house we lived in Houston, right outside, and this couple came and we're talking and saying so and so whatever, and they were interested in the house, and said the guy said what he did and how they had kids or whatever, and I remember like the people looked really familiar to me for some reason. I couldn't figure out why. And then I was riding my bike with some friends around the neighborhood, and we went to a separate part of the neighborhood, and we saw these two people, and the name on the mailbox was different than the name they gave us. And I told my parents about it, and my mom said, "Oh, they were probably just nosy, probably just wanted to see what the inside of the house looked like. There's a lot of weirdos who like to do that."
Mm-hmm.
And we noticed that like other places we lived, people who would live like way up the street or whatever that kind of knew who we were, but like we weren't like acquaintances or whatever, but they obviously knew who we were. They would come and like check out the house and stuff, just being nosy and stuff like that. And then when I was like 13 or whatever, my mom said that it was probably some weird like role play shit that people would do. Like
that's exactly what it is.
So that'd just be like the start. They'd pretend to be someone else, pretending to look to buy a house, and then go home and then like fuck their pretend like husband or wife or whatever.
Yep.
And it made a lot of interactions I had as a kid weirder. Like
just knowing like people like that exist, like
that's fucking weird. Like checking out like my room and being like, oh, little Bobby would love it in here when dude's like nursing a half boner.
It's definitely like one thing to like go on Craigslist and like call up people like, hey, I'm interested in the car you have for sale. Would you take this much? And not actually be interested.
Yeah.
But to like be like, I'm a whole other person.
Yeah.
And this is my backstory.
And this is an entire home that I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Very intently.
Fucking weird. Well, so I was told in like I guess jokingly, not so jokingly way, that for the longest time, a lot of like the local comics, I was like a rich kid, like a trust fund baby.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, my family's not like super wealthy, but like they work kind of hard for what they have.
Right.
So they have like my parents have like 2 houses that they rent out.
Mm-hmm.
And every time someone gets evicted, it's like, all right, let's go in there, paint the walls, fix the plumbing, do all this shit. And I just remember one time, we're in there fixing it up. I don't think we even I think we may have had a for rent sign out there. And this dude comes, really creepy guy, gives us this whole backstory. Says, oh, my fucking mother lives on this street. Gives us the exact street. It's like, oh, she lives here. You know this house right here? The one next to it. He's like, this is a very beautiful home. What beautiful hardwood floors. And the hardwood floors are all scratched to fuck. And you're like, yeah, do you want to see the back room? He's like, I sure would. Like, oh, fucking, okay. Like, I didn't get it until the dude left. My dad was like, yeah, that guy's fucking, no, I've seen this before. I'm like, oh. Yeah. That's weird.
I just want to see what the fuck's going on inside or whatever.
And he didn't look like a person who would rent that specific house.
Yeah, I don't.
It's kind of a shitty house.
When we moved in here, it was actually just me here for like the first 2 weeks or whatever while we were waiting on these 2 guys to come down. But yeah, I'd been here for like a week or 2. And I was going out to check the mail, and this car pulls up, and the guy starts walking up the driveway, and he says, "Oh, were you checking out the house?" And I said, "No, I am renting the house. I live here now." And he says, "Oh, well, it's still on the market online. Are you going to be moving out soon?" And I was like, "Nope, just moved in." And he says, "Oh, well, still on the market online, so can I come in and check out the house?" And I was like, nope. Sorry.
Did you get like people like peeking in through different windows, like sneaking into your backyard?
No. It was like it was that, and then for like the first, I don't know, maybe a month, I noticed some cars would like roll by and check it out and stuff. But I feel like that's people generally just being like, oh, like, do I want to try and like look into this? And I went to drop off my first rent check, and I told my landlord, and he was like, yeah, I was getting some calls about it, but I had to tell him that it was off the market, and I just kept forgetting to take it offline. Fucking sweet. Really weird.
Yeah, fuck.
But I don't know.
Like a lot of these people can be like, some of them are like honest, like home buyers, like they want to be a homeowner.
Yeah. The only weird thing was like that first guy saying, "Oh, I want to check out the house anyways."
But there's a couple like junior wannabe like real estate moguls.
Yeah.
And they're like like aggro businessmen type characters.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't want to deal with you.
I don't like people like that.
How much you want for the house? What's it going for? All right, just checking.
Yeah, it was. I mean, there's people like that in everything too. Like I just bought that car recently, and
how was your salesperson?
So okay, the first guy I talked to, he was really cool. I can fucking say his name on here. His name was Al, and Al was like,
oh dude,
yeah, he was like
death threats.
Well, anyone in Corpus Christi that's looking for a car might run into this guy. He's great. So Al's great.
Al, do we say the dealership or is that?
Probably not.
Okay. Al. You'll run into Al if you're car shopping.
Maybe.
I mean, how many dealerships are there?
A fuck ton.
I mean, but like for... Okay.
There's probably like, I don't know, between 1 and 2 dozen. That's a lot.
Okay.
Anyways.
Statistically, though.
Yeah, and out of all the... But I mean, okay, so there's that many... Okay, whatever.
And then there's so many sellers.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever. If you meet an Al, he probably won't know what this context is if you explain it to him either way, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, because,
but if you meet an Al and he is a nice guy or douchebag?
No, he's a great guy.
He's cool.
He was like 26, 27, pretty young. Kind of had a speech impediment, but like you could tell that he like worked really hard on it.
Okay.
But it's still kind of there. And he's a super nice guy, kind of shy. Like he wasn't pushy at all about anything. And, we test drove some cars and... I felt like I could be super honest with him. I was like, yeah, I like this car. Hated that car. And then he put me in that one, and I was like, I really like this car. I'd like to get some more information on it. And he was like, cool, yeah, so come inside and we'll work on it. And then this other dude who was like the head salesman fucking comes down and was like just pushing me on fucking buying this car. He was like, all right, Mr. Andy, I know you're really thinking hard about this car, but what can I tell you to put you in this car, give you the keys today? What can I do to have you sign a check for us today?
Did you feel like you were buying the car, or did you feel like you were buying into the salesperson?
I felt like I was like, okay, yeah, I like this car. This guy's just like really turning me off though. Like like he thought he was like selling me on it, but I was already sold on the car.
Right.
Okay. But this dude was like,
let me show you how it's done, Al.
and I was like, I like the car, blah blah whatever, and this dude like just wouldn't shut up like about fucking trying to pitch me the car for like an hour, and I was like, I fucking already want to buy the car. Stop trying to put your slick moves on me or whatever. And the dude was like touching me and making like really like aggressive,
did he shake
intense.
Your hand? Did he shake your hand and then try and do this?
No. I don't think so.
So my brother used to be a car salesperson. Didn't work super great for him because you have to do like long hours.
Yeah.
Just like have the opportunity to sell a car, and at the end of the day, if you're not great at it, you're better off working like at a fast food restaurant.
Yeah.
Like minimum wage. And he would always like come home and be like, yeah. So one of the tricks that they teach you is when you shake your hand, you're supposed to try and overturn their hand a little bit to assert your dominance.
That's fucking stupid.
And I was like...
But I wouldn't be surprised if this guy tried to do it. So this other salesman, not Al, he was just like...
Do you want to say his name?
I can't remember his name.
All right.
Which is probably good.
Head sales guy, douchebag, which is all of them.
Yeah, he was just like... he was just like one of these people that you could like look at and like he just does coke and listens to shitty music.
Yeah.
It just fucking...
Yeah, okay.
He had that like... one of those stupid like super bro haircuts that makes you look like a rooster or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just like super intense about everything and talked super fast. And he like, I could tell just by watching him, he thought he was pulling one over on me, or he was really really selling me on it. And I just like let him go on for like an hour. And
I got things to do, bro. Can I buy this car?
I was just like yeah, okay.
I got good credit and everything.
I want to buy the car.
Not an issue.
And we went over, and because like Al had already like told me like all the like the stuff, giving me all the actual facts, and wasn't actually like trying to fucking like persuade me or anything. He was just like, yeah, this is the car, this is how it works, this is the price, I think it'd be a good fit for you. And that was pretty much it. And that's really all I wanted to hear. And so I went over to the financing place, did everything, got the car, And he was like, yeah, so what salesman's helped you out? And I was like, Al. And he was like, anybody else? I was like, nope. No one else helped
Just
me.
Al. Everyone else did the opposite of help.
Yeah. Fucking, oh my God.
I get that, but like so like I like to sell a lot of shit on Craigslist.
Yeah.
One thing that I used to work pretty well for me was and I'm gonna like totally give this away because like it doesn't work well anymore. At Marshalls, they sell these Ralph Lauren wallets.
Yeah.
That supposedly their MSRP is like $85.
Right.
But they sell them for $20. So I used to take those and sell them for like $40
right.
on Craigslist, and I was like,
$85 MSRP.
A pretty easy flip.
Yeah.
So like double your money. Law of retail, and at least double your money. And that was pretty easy. But like just dealing with people on Craigslist in general, they'll like text you and like agree like, okay, I'll meet you there. This is the price. And then when they get there, they're like, I'm not sure if I want it now. And you're like, no, I know you want it. Like, would you take this much? Like, no, we already agreed on the price.
Yeah.
Like, why are we haggling now? This is just me show up, you see it's not a lie, and you take it.
Yeah, I can't like shark people like that. It's just.
Oh, I mean, I took it as like a finder's fee.
Yeah, I guess that's fine. It's just like, and I mean, I guess it's not really sharking people, but if someone was like, well, I don't know if I want to pay that much, I'd probably be like, okay. Just, I don't know. I feel like I'd be a huge pushover in
that's what I would do.
those kind of situations.
I'd say okay, but I would be like, okay, would you pay this much? I just say okay, and then in turn I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you doing this shit to me?
Yeah. I don't know.
Wallets, TVs, just old tube TVs that people are like, I'm gonna throw this out. I'm like, I'll take that and make $10 for half an hour of my time. Then you get to deal with a lot of shitty people on Craigslist too, so that's always fun. Because otherwise, where are you gonna find shitty people?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of weird shit that goes on Craigslist.
I mean, I'm not getting like hand jobs or anything for my TVs. Just
You ever tried to organize a gangbang?
No, but I mean, I've definitely perused that section of Craigslist just for the Eagles.
Yeah.
And you see some. I think they're very hopeful people.
Yeah. Also very desperate.
Very desperate.
I think the best Craigslist ad I've ever seen was it was the like tagline just said, I need someone to come over and fuck my robot. And then the description said, I built an AI for this sex robot I designed, and I need someone to come over and fuck it. I can't because I'm like its dad. Which, I mean, that's an interesting line in the sand to draw for like morality when you're building it.
And I can't change the code.
Yeah, sex dolls with artificial intelligence.
I'm like, it's dad. I don't want it to grow up with issues.
Yeah. I mean, it's already a sex robot.
Sex robot.
But, God, I don't know,
that thinks
man.
it's a person.
Hey, yeah, I made this sex robot, but I want to have a loving, understanding relationship with it.
I want it to be balanced, okay? I want it to be a whole human being. Robot.
It's like a really fucked up Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Let's see.
That's Pinocchio.
Yeah, I didn't recognize it. No,
Did you get that?
I didn't.
Oh, it's the Pinocchio thing. I have strings. Yeah.
Have you heard the Pinocchio paradox?
I've not heard of Pinocchio. Oh, I feel like I have. These are delicious, by the way.
Those are weird.
Oh, I haven't had the honey mustard ones.
Honey mustard and onion? Yeah, kind of gross.
I had the sour cream variety. Or maybe it's just regular. I don't remember. I just remember I like the texture of them. I was surprised by that.
Yeah, one of the things we should do for the podcast, we could get a bunch of weird local food, give reviews on it.
Okay.
Seems like a decent idea.
I kind of want to do some food challenges.
Yeah.
But the other day, I want to do, so at Mesquite, they have a spicy wing challenge.
Yeah. I kind
And
of want to do that.
I kind of want to do that, but like the last time I ate a lot of salsa, I totally had like the worst burning hot diarrhea of my life,
Okay.
and it was not
Probably
fun.
just in the recording right there.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, no, I mean,
I'll edit it to the ends right there.
okay. That's
I had
funny.
the worst spicy diarrhea of my life. And then we'll put a little thing at the end. A little outro guitar. I
Seems good.
don't fucking know.
No, we don't need to do that. That's fine. But no, let's talk more about these food challenges.
So I know they have...
Yeah, they have the wing
They
challenge.
have the wings. They have like a large pizza thing. A 36-inch pizza. You have to finish in like half an hour or some shit.
Yeah, that's... ugh.
I know JP Bombers. Do you know what that is?
No.
They used to be on McCardle. I don't know if they're still there. I know they opened a new location over by where Sam's Club is.
Okay.
I know they have like some crazy big burger challenge, which it didn't seem too crazy to me. It was like a 5-pound burger or something like that.
That's a lot of burger, dude.
I mean, I don't know. Last night I had a patty melt and the bacon avocado burger, and I felt like I could have like 2 more.
It's disgusting.
And I mean, I just feel like I could have. So
Huh.
I feel like those are each a pound.
Yeah, maybe.
So I don't know about any other food challenges here.
Um,
I'm sure there's like a spice. Oh, I know Wingstop does spicy wings. Every wing place is gonna have
Yeah.
spicy wings.
I did one of those when I was in high school in North Carolina. They it was a place called East Coast Wings. They did they had one of those sauces that you had to like assign a thing, sign out like a form about saying that, like, you know, if you went to the hospital or whatever, you couldn't sue them. Because like I guess you could someone like accidentally touched their eyes and they went blind.
Oh fuck.
And anyways, I did this challenge with some friends, and so it was 5 of us, but one of them didn't want to do it, and we told the 5th guy to go get us some gallons of milk out from the Publix next door, grocery store, and the restaurant wouldn't let him bring the 2 gallons of milk in, so he's standing there outside watching us eat these wings, and we all finish and all rush outside, and as soon as we like open the door to go outside, our friend is just dumping the milk on the ground. We were like, "You piece of shit!" And so then like we all start like dry heaving and stuff because it was so spicy, and then this bartender comes out with 2 pitchers of water, and we're like, "Oh, like thank God, you're the
Thank
best."
God for water.
Yeah, and then he takes and he throws the pitchers of water on the milk to wash it down the storm drain. And he's like, he looks at us, he's like, "Oh, you guys wanted this?" Oh, fucking, it was the worst, man.
I don't know. I feel like you would be able to build up to the level of it's still gonna hurt because
Yeah.
you're not gonna eat that kind of like spiciness on a regular basis. But like you should be able to kind of build up to that. But like that's not like building up to run a 5K. That's
Yeah.
a little bit more painful involved.
I guess. I don't know. My, let's see, the other...
You start with like banana peppers, and banana peppers, you go to like a mild jalapeno.
Yeah.
Like jalapenos like range drastically, and then you go from like jalapenos to habaneros, and habaneros to...
Ghost peppers.
That's a big jump, but okay.
Is it?
Oh yeah, ghost pepper's like fucking insane.
Yeah. But it's like habanero and then what?
I wouldn't know what comes after.
Oh, okay. Yeah, whatever.
Chili pekins.
Yeah, I don't know. I did do another food challenge, but it was for ice cream.
Okay.
I went with...
Not a fan of ice cream. I couldn't do that, but okay.
It wasn't like eat a fuck ton of ice cream. It was I went to this place with my best friend and his girlfriend. I was third wheeling really hard. We went to this place in Sanford, North Carolina called Sunny Skies, and they make all their ice cream there, and they have like over 100 flavors at any time. And I went, and they let you try all the flavors. And when we got there, I noticed that there was this really cute girl working behind the counter, and I started talking to her, and in my mind I was like, if I keep trying ice cream, then I'll keep talking to her, and like it'll hopefully go well. And I thought it was going well. I was like kind of flirting with her, trying all these ice cream and free ice cream, it was great. But I tried just dozens of flavors, and then there was this ice cream. There was a sign I saw that just said, "Try our cold sweat ice cream," and I asked her, and I said, what's cold sweat? And she oh my god, she had like the cutest like southern accent. And she's like, well, that's our spicy ice cream.
I'm turned on now. Okay.
Yeah, that was a really bad representation. Well, that's our spicy ice cream.
That's crazy.
And I was like, how is it spicy? And she said, oh, well, we use 3 different kinds of peppers. It's like jalapenos, habaneros, and some other thing. And we just put it in ice cream. Okay. And so I tried it, and it wasn't that spicy. And she said, if you like spicy stuff, you should try our even hotter ice cream. It's called Exit Wound. And
see, with the whole diarrhea spicy thing, that's what I think. That's what I jumped to.
So I didn't, but I was like, how is that one made? And she said, well, we take ghost pepper extract, and that's how we use that to make the ice cream. And I was
ghost pepper?
Yeah, I was like...
Sounds like fun.
No, I said, I don't think I can do that. And then I noticed that there's this old man next to me, and he's wearing a hat that said Vietnam War Veteran. And he says, he turns to me and he says, oh, come on. Don't be such a pussy.
I survived Agent Orange.
And so then I was like, now I have to do it. And then this guy proceeds to buy like a pint of cold sweat ice cream to take home because he really fucking likes it. Anyways, this old guy was weird, but I was like, okay, fine, I'll do the exit wound. And she's like, okay, you have to sign this form first. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'll sign it.
That doesn't sound appetizing. Spicy ice cream.
It wasn't. But it was like a challenge.
Not even palatable.
It was a challenge, and I signed the form, and I was like, yeah, this will show her how tough I am. And then she'll really want to go out with me. And this wasn't when I was in high school. This was when I was like 20. Okay, like I should have known better. But
yeah,
I signed the thing.
This is how you get girls.
Yeah, this is how you get chicks. Ugh. So I signed the thing, and she hands me a spoonful of this ice cream. I pop it in my mouth. I swallow it. No big deal. I'm just standing there waiting. She's like, how was it? I was like, it wasn't that bad. And then I said, so why'd I have to sign that form? And she said, well, we just started doing this because a few weeks ago, a guy came in here and tried it, and his throat closed up, and he had to go to the hospital.
Okay. And
I was like, oh, okay. And then I felt like this rumbling in my stomach, and this searing, like numbing heat, like coming up my esophagus. And I was like, okay, I should probably make my move before I like throw up or start crying in front of this girl. And I was like, yeah, so, you seem really nice. Like, you want to go out sometime? And she's like, oh, like you seem like a great guy, but I have a boyfriend. And that's when it like really hit me, like all the heat all at once. And I was just like snot starts coming out of my nose, and I start like crying a little bit. And I was like, oh my god.
Boyfriend, that's totally cool. I get it.
And I was like, can I have some water or something? And she's like, water's only going to make it worse. And you're just going to have to wait it out.
Can I have some different ice cream?
And
fucking vanilla ice cream would have done you some good.
Well,
chocolate.
Yeah, they gave me some vanilla ice cream. And then I was like, can I have some like lemon sherbet, get like the taste out of my mouth or whatever? Because it's supposed to like, neutralize your palate. Didn't work. Had some more vanilla ice cream, still felt awful. Wanted to die. And then finally I got it under control, and I was like, okay. And my buddy was laughing at me the whole fucking time. And then, they said, oh, you can have a cup of whatever ice cream you want for free. And cool. I said, I don't fucking want it. I'm going home.
I don't want your devil ice cream.
And I went home, and I was like, after about 30 minutes or so, it wasn't that bad. But then the next day I woke up, and I went to go poop.
Yes.
And that's when I figured out why it was called Exit Wound.
Uh-huh.
I was staying at my buddy's place.
It's bad enough going in.
Yeah, I was just sitting there on the toilet just screaming. just woke him and everyone else up. It was awful.
I mean, the worst ice cream I used to get on a regular basis was the ice cream frozen yogurt, the super sour blitz at TCBY.
Super sour blitz.
Yeah, they stopped offering it after a while, but I would get a whole cup and I would never finish it.
Yeah,
I get like 2 spoonfuls. I'm like, I'm good.
Yep, just wanted the taste.
Should have got the cotton candy.
You like that kind of ice cream?
I don't like ice cream.
I
like cookies and cream.
Coffee ice cream's the best. I like coffee ice cream better than actual coffee, but I love coffee too.
Yeah,
so
I like coffee. I'll do coffee ice cream.
I just don't drink coffee.
I'm not a big fan of ice cream though.
That's fair. Yeah, I haven't had it forever.
So after the habanero pepper comes the Scotch bonnet pepper.
Okay.
And yeah, it just goes crazy with the scale. It's not actually a very good scale.
Yeah, because it's like what ghost pepper is like 1 million or whatever on the scale.
Ghost pepper, and then they have the Trinidad Moruga scorpion, and I feel like they don't have the Carolina Reaper on here yet. Is that the spiciest one?
I don't know.
Oh no, it is on here. Okay, it's not bold faced.
I haven't heard of either of the ones above
Carolina
ghost pepper.
Carolina Reaper is the official spiciest pepper in the world.
Interesting. Is that like a new thing?
I feel like they're relatively new. From the videos I've seen of like people eating these, it doesn't even sound like they taste peppery. Like they taste like death.
Oh.
Like literal like a dead animal type death, like gamey grossness.
Yeah, no thanks.
So that's how you get that spiciness. But yeah, food challenges, I'd be down. Obviously, we would have to have video for that.
Right. This would be for our YouTube segment.
But if we did a review, we could do reviews for voicey talkie talks.
Well, but then they don't know that we're actually doing it. We could just be really good actors, really good voice actors.
Oh wow, these pretzel crisps by Snack Factory, honey mustard and onion party size. It's made me rethink my pretzel.
Oh man, these smoked canned spicy mussels. Oh, they're so disgusting.
See, I'm a little jealous now because you just came up with that off the top of your head, and I really just read that off the package.
It's okay, man. Not all of us can be great voice actors.
I guess not. I guess.
You know, because there's obviously just so much emotion and liveness in my voice that it's very convincing.
Yeah.
Just a lot of animation, a lot of different levels,
ups and downs, and very enunciated.
Yes, I do a great job of enunciating.
Are you just looking at your sound wave on the thing? That's what you're super into?
That's what I'm trying to use that to judge whether or not I'm monotone, and it looks like I am. Whatever, it's fine. I've been fighting it my whole life, and it's never gonna change. Fuck it, it's whatever.
I mean, that's gonna do like the tone of your voice, right? That's like
I think that's just the volume.
Loudness.
Yeah, tone's not my thing.
That's just purely decibels on there.
Always been tone deaf.
Tone deaf.
Yeah, I don't know. That seems pretty good, though. You want to cut it off there?
Yeah, I guess we're going to cut it off there. Are we going to do a goodbye? We're going to do it.
Yeah, well, if you guys listen to this, then I don't know. Maybe we can publish this one.
I feel like those, yeah.
Maybe.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, let's do it. Fuck it. This has been the first official episode? Official episode.
Officially published type thing.
Of the Uneducated Statements podcast. Now we actually have viewers. Probably, hopefully.
I hope you've had fun downloading this from wherever we're supposed to put it. Cause
we need to figure that out.
But
we'll figure it out. Anyway, yeah. By the time you listen to this, we'll figure it out.
By the time you listen to this, you will have got it from somewhere, which we put it onto that.
Right.
thing.
So just go back to that place for more episodes later, hopefully. But, anyways, yeah. Thanks for listening. I'm Andy.
I am not Andy. I'm Mark Joseph.
All right.
I got it that time.
Yeah. All right.
Hey.
See you guys next week.
Bye.